We'd like you all, everybody in this room, to come back here tonight to watch episode 1 and episode 2 with us before anybody else has seen it in the world.
No!
Well, Star Wars has just come out with Kenobi. And if you're a Star Wars fan, not huffing the farts of Disney, you'll realize that there are a lot of continuity errors and just plain clear retcons.
Because Star Wars is just a big like pile of human feces, and so they're trying to make it look like something fancy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's not.
Canon means absolutely nothing in Kenobi. But people on Twitter aren't really bothered by that. You know, the cash grab show that is completely and utterly soulless. And the more you watch, the more you feel yourself sinking into your chair. No, that doesn't bother anybody on Twitter. Progressive Twitter was triggered by Order 66 scenes at the beginning of the show, and they linked them to recent events. Welcome to America, where most people's lives are so uneventful, they need other people's tragedies and traumas to be affected by and or profit from. It's emotional capitalism.
SJWs were traumatized by the first episode of Obi Wan, saying it has a triggering school shooter scene that made them cry.
What, really?
The kids in the fictional show were protected by a Jedi and escaped alive.
Well, a lot of people today, honest to God, can't separate things anymore. They can't separate reality from fantasy, and they can't separate a person from the art. I don't like Ewan McGregor much, but I like him as Obi Wan Kenobi. I can make the separation between the two.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, we come to the part of the program which is always my favorite because it means something.
This video is sponsored by Ridge Wallets. Back in 2020 when Pokey had her boot to my throat, Ridge Wallets swooped in like Captain America and clocked my old wallet on the head. Ridge Wallets now come in 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. With over 40K 5-star reviews, did I mention they come with a lifelong warranty? This is indeed very true. The Ridge Wallet has lasted longer than my last 3 relationships. Cue the Doomer music, Stu! Ridge is so confident that you'll like the wallets, they'll give you a 45-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, send it back for a full refund, no questions asked. Did I mention RFID blocking, bulletproof, chainsaw proof, and ex-girlfriend proof? Go to ridgewallets.com/itsagundam and use the code itsagundam for 15% off during the Father's Day sale.
Oh wow, trigger warning for the cold opening of Obi-Wan. Had to pause and literally sob. It's Order 66 Jedi protecting younglings. Okay, huge trigger warning needed for the first few seconds of Obi-Wan. Given recent events, it literally started off with an attack on the Jedi younglings in their temple/school. What the Disney thinking releasing this today without warning us about it?
How dare you, Disney, not be able to see the future that was going to ruin your opening of the show. They should have canceled the whole thing so Chuck could make it through the night.
Disney Plus Obi-Wan should have trigger warnings after the first scene nearly made me vomit?
I can understand someone having this reaction if they were actually there, if they lived through it. If you saw it on the news, you didn't even see it go down or even hear a gunshot. I'm just saying, you're like making yourself a part of something you weren't. It's like people at bars talk about the French, you know, and they're like, we saved the French in World War II. No, you didn't. You weren't even born. You didn't do anything. You're some asshole at a bar.
Fair warning, the cold opening of Obi-Wan is a bunch of Jedis being gunned down by stormtroopers.
They're clone troopers, 501st Legion. You don't even know the lore. How dare you?
And saved by a Jedi teacher sacrificing her life to save them. And it's super triggering. And I literally can't believe they released that right now.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
Disney can't catch a break, can they? It's either they pander to like these sort of people to make a show they'd want to see, then some nutty stuff goes down, and Disney's supposed to know in advance that these things will happen. Disney also made the mistake of thinking that people will be adult enough to distinguish the difference between reality and a sci-fi space fantasy show. Fie on you, you bigot.
Huge trigger warning if you're watching Obi-Wan. Exactly 5 minutes in, counting the recap, there's a scene that's rough to watch right now. Just a warning for anyone watching Kenobi, because I need that warning into the first episodes involving Order 66, and in light of recent events, it's very hard to watch. Anyone else getting really uncomfortable with that cold opening in episode 1? Like, they probably should have removed that scene, or put trigger warnings, at the very least, hashtag Obi-Wan.
Kim, you're an adult. You're also fully vaccinated. So they need to censor content because it might affect someone who wasn't in a tragedy. Oh my God.
Hey, Disney Plus. Given current events, can we add a content warning in the first episode of Obi Wan Kenobi regarding the first scene? I'm sick to my stomach just reading about it.
Just reading about it? You didn't even see it.
And seeing it with no warning could cause a lot of people harm, Obi Wan Kenobi. Not an Obi-Wan spoiler, but a gentle warning. The first scene takes place in the Jedi Temple, mid-Order 66. Just want everyone else feeling fragile about people with guns entering a room full of kids to be aware of that before they start, cause it hit me harder than I expected. Today, I cancel our Disney Plus subscription because of all the glorified violence in their shows. I've been contemplating this for a while, reluctant because my kids enjoy the service. But today, Obi Wan Kenobi show was a bridge too far.
I want you to realize something. This is a full-grown man with children who now feels television shows geared towards adults are too violent. Remember back in the old days, in the 90s, they worried about rated R movies or something for kids. Now we have adults who can't handle PG-13.
They were laser beam guns, and they went pew, 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 and they were too close to the children, the fictional guns, and I couldn't take it.
Holy fuck, I've been so numb and been reeling from this week that when I saw the opening, I didn't even register. Jesus Christ. You know, these are probably the same people that were shouting, kill Elon Musk, literally like a week or two ago.
First couple of minutes of Obi-Wan has turned me into a bawling mess. Not a major plot point or anything, but if you've seen it, you know why. After the week our country has had, that is a scenario I just can't handle. Very triggering right now for me. The entry to Disney's new series, Obi-Wan, is pretty triggering in light of the school shootings. Had to step out of the room.
Really? The scene was so bad. Jared couldn't just stop it or fast forward. He had to leave the room. He had to escape Obi Wan Kenobi.
Opening scene really triggering with current news. I don't know if I can do this right now.
You know what I think, honest to God, peace. You know, like these are the type of people that want to just be praised for something. Like, oh, I couldn't watch this because it's too terrible for the times we're in. This show shouldn't have had this. And they expect everybody else on Twitter to run and go, oh my God, you're so brave for standing up against this tyranny called the Obi Wan Kenobi show.
Did you think that was good? Tell me I'm good. Tell me it was good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me that was good. Tell me I'm 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 good. Thank you. Is it that hard?
What is happening?
Hey, Disney Plus, how about a content warning at the beginning of Obi-Wan? Maybe the visual of a bunch of children running from gunmen while their teacher tries to defend them could be a little triggering right now, you ghouls.
Generally absurd not to have a content warning on Obi Wan Kenobi, which opens with, can't stress this enough,
It's the Jedi Temple. It would be like soldiers storming a Buddhist temple. They're not shooters. They're like, bro, how hard, like they just keep using the keyword shooters. This is what makes me believe that they're trying to get likes and tractions on the tweets. Instead of saying clone troopers attacking on Order 66, they keep going school, children, and shooter. I think this is about getting noticed. I feel this is all about performance. Look how virtuous we are. We're so virtuous that we see Disney doing something very bad. One of the few continuities that Disney didn't destroy, get rid of, or change. and then people beat them over the head with it.
I don't know if this is an Obi-Wan spoiler, but sure could have used a literal trigger warning on the opening scene. My heart rate spiked and my head hurts. I just, ugh.
How is it I've been shot at 3 times in my life, and this scene didn't bother me? Oh, well, to help people who, basically will run to Twitter and start crying. If you watched Obi Wan Kenobi and you weren't involved in any of these tragedies and you just burst into tears, I don't know what to tell you.
Although this fictional series is a continuation of the story from Star Wars movies filmed many years ago, some scenes may be upsetting to viewers in light of recent tragic events. Warning, contains violence involving children.
Oh my God! Disney didn't even show children getting hurt. Hell, Lucas didn't show it in Revenge of the Sith.
I'll also watch out for flashing light sequences. Patterns may affect photosensitive viewers. Deadline Hollywood. Obi-Wan adds upsetting violence warnings to Disney Plus series over Jedi school shooting scene.
Oh my God, why do they call it? This is Jedi Temple. Why? Even, they need to, the school shooting scenes, they're just trying to get traction on their tweets. Only 62 likes. Good work, CBR. Using those key words to make sure people see it. Now, this just bothers me. It genuinely feels like emotional capitalism. It's like when I had an ex-girlfriend telling me that she had flashbacks of when my dog Choochie died, and she wasn't even there to see Choochie get hit by the car. I was. It's like adults act like little kids now.